Oh gosh, I would say that I was probably about 11 or 12, and there was these group of girls that dressed really funky, and I thought, God, I really want to look like them. And the thing was is that I couldn't find anything at the store that was like that. And on top of that, I didn't really have like a whole bunch of money. My mom really didn't approve of me dressing that way. So I had a sewing machine that she gave me, and I had little odds and ends, and so I would just kind of customize my outfits to look like theirs. And I just really enjoyed looking at pieces in magazines and thinking, I could probably make that if I really wanted to. And that just sparked my motivation to become a designer one day. Well, Jinx is a nickname that I acquired in middle school after a series of bad luck deals that happened to me, and it just stuck. I moved over to Austin, had a few roller derby friends, and they just kind of dubbed me Jinxie because they found out that was my name. And when I started to design professionally, I decided to keep that name because it was just something that was always going to stick with me. And I loved the name Juxtapose because it was a mixture of so many different items. And I thought, that's me, that's my style. I'm a mixture of new and old and different fabrics, tangible fabrics and stuff, and Juxtapose came about. My mother and my grandmother were both seamstresses, so they taught me everything I knew as far as sewing. They were the dress ladies in my neighborhood. So, I grew up in San Antonio, and a mainly Hispanic neighborhood, and they were the dress ladies. They were the ones that women would go to for their quinceañera dresses and their wedding dresses. And so they taught me everything as far as hemming and altering and patterns and pattern altering. And they really helped me and nurtured that side. But I think a lot of my designs and my art really comes from my friends. They're always into different things that they see on the magazines. They're always encouraging me. Oh, you're doing such a great job. I love this dress. And so that really helps and motivates me to do what I do. Actually, I didn't have a quinceañera. I was kind of a quirky little girl. I was like very political, and I protested quinceañera because I didn't feel like I wanted to present myself until I was ready. I love Betsy Johnson. Her edgy style is very much like mine, and I love her robust colors and textures and things like that. I love Caroline Herrera because her story motivates me and inspires me. She was an immigrant. She went to New York. She made herself from nothing and is just now one of the top designers out there. So she was a huge influence in my life. I love Todd Oldham because he uses a lot of found objects in his art as well as his home decor too. And I grew up watching House of Style in the 90s, and he did the segment. And he would just he was very DIY, put this on your dress, do that onto your dress. Here's a way that you can make your pants into flares, and I just love that, so. Oh gosh, Austin has the potential to really shine out in the fashion industry. We have our own beautiful design and art. Our lifestyle really speaks into what we wear. And we've got so many free spirits out there, so many very artistically creative type people out there. And we've got so many great designers out there. I think because it's so fairly new, a lot of the designers who are doing these things right now, and with the fashion industry kind of focusing elsewhere outside of New York and Paris and things like that, I think as an Austin community, if we could just really focus on that part of it and support each other into, really shining out, popping out, I think we would really make a big impact in the fashion industry. It was a design that actually turned into something great. I received some fabric for Christmas one year, and I had to get out 12 pieces into my first New York show. And it was before Fashion Week, and it was a big deal. It was New York. So I was really desperate into trying to figure out what to do with this last piece of fabric, and it was this cotton fabric, linen fabric. So it wasn't stretchable, wasn't something that I can really do something elaborate on. And I ended up making this really cute romper with cotton ruffles on the side and the little white contrasting lapel and antique buttons on the top. And I even had a halter strap. And it actually ended up being like one of the best pieces in that show, which really surprised me. So I'm not too sure if it was a great mistake, but it was definitely the best last minute design I've ever made. Probably say maybe 50% of my designs were supposedly sketched one way and then turned out something differently. And I welcome that because it's a part of the creative process. I don't get too technical in my drawings just because I have a habit of changing my mind and add a couple of beads here or some feathers there, maybe some fringe, or maybe I'll just make the short sleeves into no sleeves, and I ended up liking it afterwards. I really like this collection, this current fall collection that I have going, just because I used a lot of the materials that I personally like. I'm a Cancer. I'm a very big into tangible fabrics and furs and feathers and fringe and very girly type of stuff. And I really kind of put this out there. Plus, on top of that, I even use recycled materials, and which is something that I'm very passionate about. I'll try to use fabrics that were about to get rescued from a landfill, or fabrics that were vintage or reused or worn prior before but have since been clean or whatever. Or I think, and you'll probably see in some of my collections, one I think that you'll see it was a rice bag. Yeah. So I like using recycled items and things like that. I want them to feel beautiful, no matter what shape or size or length they are. I want them to feel beautiful. I want them to feel feminine. I want them to feel confident. I want them to feel like whatever it is that they're wearing is unique. It's a piece of art that's going to make their physical features and their beautiful self come out. I'd probably ask for help more often. I think because I am still an artist, and not so much in the conventional way, but I become stubborn in the fact that I think I can do it all and I think I can make everything all. And I think the biggest mistake that I probably did was not ask for help. On my spring collection, which I'm currently working on, I've been inspired by, again, the flapper designs and stuff, but more with the flowy type of earth tones and flouncy fabrics and things like that. I made this dress for myself, and I was really inspired, and I thought, I'm really going to try to make this and replicate this into spring fashions. Very flowy and feminine and demure, really kind of capture the elegance that women have in whatever size they are.